Hello, welcome again to Sporting Chance. Most big matches usually require the very highest level of physical fitness, but in this context, it's not the body that needs to be honed to perfection, it's the mind, because we're about to put our teams through a gruelling test of mental agility as we search for the top quiz team here in the North East. So let's meet the two teams who tonight are playing for the remaining place left in our semi-finals. First, we welcome Throckley Bank Top, the 1984 winners of Sporting Chance. They clocked up the highest point score of the first round, just to prove why they've been Tyneside champions for the last 5 seasons. And they're joined by a sportsman who's used to winning a few titles himself, because their guest is Paul Smith of Durham Wasps, who've topped Ice Hockey's National League for the past 2 seasons. Plenty of experience among the opposition as well, with Redcar Albion looking for their 3rd semi-final appearance in 4 years. They shouldn't lack stamina either, with John and Jim both keen runners, while David has been both played and coached the Albion football team. Their guest demonstrates his speed on 2 wheels. He's Paul Curran, Commonwealth Games double gold medalist, and one of our top international cyclists. The teams know their way around the format by now. It's only the questions that give them the odd problem here. We start with a finger on the buzzer test of their general sporting knowledge. 2 points for a correct answer. Which was the last horse before alleged to win the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe in successive years? John Doyle?
Rebo,
1955 and 1956. Correct. Which rugby union fullback made 19 appearances for England between 68 and 72? Dave Farrell?
Bob Heller.
Correct. Which player did Leeds United transfer to Estudiantes in 1982? Jim Struth.
Sabella.
Alex Sabella, correct. Now we always try to find out just how broad a sporting knowledge our teams possess. Certainly our first action question should test them to the limit. Let's see what they make of this. That was a world record of sorts, Bob Brewis.
Good.
It was Eddie Kidd jumping a world record 13 double-decker buses at the age of 16. Pickett's Lock, 1976, and the 2 blokes he hit at the end there, I'm sure they don't forget the day either. Let's look at this picture now coming up. Can you identify this overseas sports star? Bob Brewis.
Graham Murray.
Graham Murray, the former captain of the All Blacks, correct. Who was the first man to perform the Grand Slam in tennis? Dave Farrell.
Rod Laver.
No, it wasn't. Throckley, Tom Hutchinson.
Donald Budge.
Donald Budge, correct, in 1938, 2 points. Who was the first swimmer to win 4 gold medals at one Olympics? John Walshaw.
Don Fraser.
No, it wasn't. Tom Hutchinson.
Don Shalander.
Don Shalander in 1964, correct. And which horse did David Broom win a silver medal at the 60 Rome Olympics?
Sunsalve.
Sunsalve, that's correct. 2 points there for Redcar on the final whistle there. Let's have a look at the scoreboard for the first time. And Throckley Bank Top, the 84 champions, of 10 points. Redcar Albion have started well as well, though. They've got 6. No hiding place for our 2 guest sportsmen now, because round 2 is their own round. For each of them, there's some action from their own sport to watch, then 3 questions to answer. Not asking a lot of them, surely. First we go to Throckley, where Paul Smith of Durham Wasps is waiting to take the ice. Here's some hockey you might care to look at. Well, Paul, who scored that goal?
Gary Stephan.
Absolutely correct, Gary Stephan. Streatham Redskins against Dundee Rockets, the 1983 Autumn Cup Final. Dundee won on penalties, as it turned out, but 2 points there for Paul. The previous year, Streatham won the English League Championship for a 4th time to equal the record of which other very famous team?
Wembley Lions.
Wembley Lions it was, so going back a little bit in time there, but not deceiving Paul. A couple of points there as well again. The major British club trophy during the late 60s or 70s was, of course, the I.C. Smith Cup. Which club won this competition a record 9 times between 1966 and 1981?
Murrayfield Racers.
It was Murrayfield Racers, and you've had the odd battle with them as well. I know that for a fact, but 2 points there, and a good performance from Paul Smith. But now we go cycling, because it's across to Redcar Albion, and their guest Paul Curran, racing on 2 wheels, coming up for you, Paul.
Hi, Ben. Hello, lads. Come on, come on.
An exciting milk race stage win for a leading British rider after some terrible conditions out on the moors. Can you name the winner there?
Malcolm Elliott.
It was Malcolm Elliott of Sheffield winning the Scarborough to Middlesbrough stage right into your own backyard during the 1983 milk race. A couple of points there for Paul. That was one of a record 6 stage wins for Elliott that year, 1983, but surprisingly he still failed to win the overall title. Can you tell me who did?
Was it Matt Eaton?
That's right, Matt Eaton, the American, won in 83, so a couple more points there for Paul. Paul going well as well. Which Briton won the milk race twice in a row in 1959 and 1960? A bit back in time, that one for you. How your cycling history is. Have a go. Which Briton won the milk race twice in a row, 59 and 60?
Arthur Redcar.
No, it was a brave stab, as it were. It turned out to be Bill Bradley, who won it a little bit before Paul's time, but both our guests doing quite well there. Let's check again on the old scoreboard. And Throckley Banktop have 16 points, Redcar Albion have 10 points. The picture board is the next job for our two teams. All they have to do is recognise the top sports personality. But just to make it a little more interesting, the picture we show them is just an outline sketch. If that proves too hard for them, we can fill in the details, but it does cost them points. First to throw is Throckley Banktop. Only one guess at this between you. 5 points if you can tell me who this is. Bob Lewis coming in.
Ed Moses.
He's coming in for the full 5 points, and he's got it right as well. It's Ed Moses, 400-metre hurdles, superstar, world champion, Olympic champion, you name it. He's won it at 400-metre hurdles. So 5 points there for Throckley. That was a good effort there. Redcar Albion now have to respond. Only one stab at this, remember. But Buzz, as soon as you think you've got a name for this picture. Dave Farrell.
Tommy Doherty.
Oh, talk about a brave response. We've got another one there. Absolutely correct. It was the familiar face there, certainly to Dave Farrell of the Dock. Tommy Doherty, man who's had more clubs than Jack Nicklaus, he used to say. Anyway, very quick work indeed on the old picture board. Let's look at the scoreboard. And Throckley Banktop have 21, Redcar Albion have 15. Well, the team's in cracking form here. Let's see what happens in round 4, which is called Beat the Clock. It means each team is limited to just 60 seconds to come up with a list of 10 answers. The first 5 aren't usually too bad, so they're worth only 1 point each. But after that, the going gets tough, so the last 5 answers are worth 2 points each. Again, it's Throckley to go first. Please use your guest, Paul Smith, to pass on the answers. 15 you can get here, remember. Your question is on athletics. The hugely successful first World Athletics Championships at Helsinki in 1983 produced some great performances on the track. We want you to name the 10 men who won gold medals in individual track events. 10 men who won gold medals in individual track events, the first World Championships in athletics, starting now.
Steve Cram.
Steve Cram, of course.
Ed Moses.
Ed Moses, yes again.
Greg
400
Foster.
Hurdles. Greg Foster, 110 hurdles.
Carl Lewis.
Carl Lewis, 100 metres.
Patrick Zilk.
Patrice Ilk, that was a difficult one, 3,000 steeplechase.
Willie Wilbeck.
Willie Wilbeck got the 800, 7 points, going well.
Cover.
Alberto Cova snatched the 10,000 on the line, 9.
Cameron.
Bert Cameron got the 400 metres for Jamaica, 11. Got to think of the events as well, remember here. 2 to get. Some discussion going on here.
Calvin Smith.
He got the 200, 13 points, 1 to get. One to get. 13 points. We're going to have to go for it. No, it wasn't. Di Costello I could hear muttering, but he only ran the last lap on the track, I think, like that. That wasn't count as a track event. The event you couldn't get was the 5,000 metres, and it was won in unforgettable style by Eamon Coughlin of Ireland. Remember the little wave as he came shooting off the final bend. Tremendous performance by Eamon. The 13 points is not a bad score on that. Redcar Albion now have been waiting patiently in the wings, but now they're off and running as well. Paul Curran is your spokesman, don't forget. Your question is all about football. Every footballer must dream of holding aloft the FA Cup at Wembley. We want you to name the 10 captains of cup-winning sides who enjoyed that glorious moment in the 1970s. So the 10 FA Cup-winning skippers between 70 and 79, and your time starts now.
Rodrigues.
Peter Rodriguez, 76, Southampton, 1.
Billy Bremner.
Billy Bremner, 72, Leeds.
Pat Rice.
Pat Rice, 79, Arsenal, 3. 3 they've got.
Martin Buchan.
Martin Buchan, 77, 4.
Tommy Smith.
No, not Tommy Smith.
Emlyn Hughes.
That's right, he lifted the cup for Liverpool, 74. Newcastle fans won't forget. 5 you've got. 20 seconds.
Billy Bonds.
Billy Bonds for West Ham, 75.
Billy Hughes.
No, not Billy Hughes.
Alan Hunter.
Sorry?
Mills.
Mick Mills, yes, you got that.
Alan Hunter.
1978.
No, I get that.
Sorry, couldn't hear that last one.
Alan Hunter.
No, not Alan Hunter. You've got Mick Mills, that's the answer. 9 points. 3 they didn't get. Difficult one this. You've got to get the cup finals, then you've got to get the winning skippers. They got 9 points. They didn't get Ron Harris for Chelsea, 1970. Beat Leeds, remember, after that replay. 1971, Frank McClintock, just after lifting the league for Arsenal. Beat Liverpool 2-1. 1973, we won the cup in 73, and who the little general himself, Bobby Kerr of Sunderland. They were the ones that they were looking for in the end there. So that one, testing the teams, interesting those, I like that. Let's have a look at the scoreboard though. Throckley Banktop have 34 points now, Redcar Albion have 24 points. It means we're halfway through this quarter-final tie. So I think it's only fair we give our teams a short break for them to recover themselves. Still plenty of work to do in the second half though. We'll be right back.